Hello, gamers. It is Bubba coming back at you, and we're continuing our story of Terraformental. Please don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe, and definitely keep the comments and tips coming in. Love them. So, we are at Strabo, which we finally got to last episode, and we are basically in a limitless environment, I would say. Um, The fuel for this one looks like it can hold a massive amount of fuel, which probably would be this one because it restores 187, which definitely would allow this to go, yeah, way up there compared to the others. Um, so what we need to do is, let's see, you can send the command to communications. Okay, so we have the communications up. We did. We now have to leave the tower to check it. So what we want to do is make sure we're full on water and food. We are. So let's. Oh, there's a sandstorm approaching. Yeah, we want to wait on that because otherwise we're just going to have to unstick the rover again. It'd be nice if there was a place to pull in the rover, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe the hangar will have that, but right now we do not have that. So let's just do the wait game. As such, we're going to be doing food and water because the sandstorm's approaching. Okay, fill the. Oh, the bad thing is our um, rover is going to get demolished as far as solar panels from all these sandstorms. So I don't know of a way around that currently. We're just going to have to do with what we can, which is one problem. We probably will not be able to get almost anywhere because of the rover. I mean, it's already down to 0.5. I mean, this thing's going down super fast. 0.48. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get hardly anywhere because we're not going to have enough charge. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here. 3-7. We're still stuck in the sand, but not only are we stuck in the sand, I mean, yep, there we go. Sandstorm's done now, finally. Okay, and we've got so much damage now that it's 0.3. Wow, that's just horrendous. Okay, well, let's give it a shot. We're going to leave tower. Going to dig out the rover. That's going to take like 25 seconds. Um, and hopefully we have enough time to even do any of this. I wonder if you can actually do better at uncovering the rover after several iterations or loops. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, we're going to return. Okay, and we should now have. Oh, depart from tower. I guess is what we have to do. Okay, fine. Depart from the tower. Fill our water bottle. Oh, we don't need to worry about water right now. Food's going to be our biggest thing. Okay, so departing from the tower is like 30 seconds, 36 seconds, but down 25. And then we have to try and I guess triangulate the communications. That's the one I decided to start with. Maybe we should have done the hangar first. I don't know. Well, I don't think it gave that as an option. The only two it gave as an option was communications and weather station, I think. But let's see what we can get done here. Okay, drive to comm station. 1 minute 35. Well, we're definitely going to do that. Okay, we have enough power. I mean, it's sucking the life out of us, but we at least have enough power for right now. Okay. Will we be hit by another sandstorm? Oh, hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I would not put it past it. Down to about a minute. I'm not going to worry about the water currently. Just because I'm not going to waste the time with as little food as we have. And as I mean, at this rate, we would run out of food pretty soon after just telling it to immediately turn back. So let's see what we get. Almost there. 25 seconds. It'd be nice if we could find a place to pull the rover into in one of these. Okay, and maybe find some underground tunnels. What was that? That's it? Locked. Communication station has no power. Did it run out of power? Well, that stinks. How did it run out of power? I thought we had plenty of power sitting in the central tower. I mean, it should have plenty of power. I guess I'm going to have to put that fuel cell in there and let it go while we do this. I mean, at least we've gotten it to where we've already done the majority of it, so maybe we'd be okay. I don't know. We'll find out. But, I mean, at least we can reload on food and water. Especially food. Okay, 28 seconds. I just don't see how it would have run out of power unless something else powered on, because we were in the positive without having to do the backup generator. I guess we'll find out. I guess I'll put the fuel in there and go out again. Okay, here we go. We're almost there. But now we don't have enough power really on the rover. So we're going to leave the park rover. Facility has no power for the vehicle bay door. So we could park it? Oh. Okay, so Sandstorm's approaching. Okay, that's fine. Stop. Unpause. Get back in there. How does this not have power? It shows it has power. Oh, no. Nope, inner tower. Sorry, I was in the wrong thing. I was looking at the power on the rover. Let's see if we can do it and get it back in there real quick. Nope, not going to be able to do it. Sandstorm will hit. Okay, but now we know we might be able to park the rover in there. I didn't see that option. Maybe I completely missed it. I don't know. Okay, I guess it did run out of power. Yeah, because now it's at 0.1 because of the damage. Okay, add fuel. One fuel capsule. We have, oh, it's a fuel canister. Oh, right. Okay. Well, I mean, let's power this down. Now, do we have enough power? Nope, because of the sandstorm. Okay, we're kind of stuck. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get out of this. So we'll do a wait. I thought we were almost in an infinite loop, but I got ahead of myself and didn't realize that it would have run out of power. And it cannot take one of these fuel canisters. Okay. We're at least starting to understand this a little bit more here, though. We're just going to have to wait out the sandstorm. Well, I mean, since we're waiting it out, we might as well extract the water. I know the charging is disabled, but that's fine. Might as well do this while we're waiting on the sandstorm. And I have a feeling the sandstorm's going to go more than the 10 seconds. Yep, we're going to have to loop. Well, we got a lot more information now on this, and now I know we can park it too. Okay, so I'm going to time-lapse it, and we're going to try and do it quicker this time now that we know what to do. So I'll see you in a bit, gamers. All right, gamers, so we got down here faster this time. And I did notice there is the naming difference, fuel canister and fuel capsule. Now, the funny thing is this one will only take a capsule. Will not do this. Well, it says it can be performed with a fuel canister. Okay, well, I mean, I I thought I tried that last time and it didn't take it. But anyway, I had to go through one sandstorm. It missed it by just about 10 or 20 seconds. So hopefully with a couple more loops, we'll be good on that. But after the first initial sandstorm, and you'll see I'm already down to 0.74, I was able to get it parked in here and connected to a charger. So it will now be charging, which is great. So we'll be able to get even more power, not rely on the solar as much. Okay. So that being said, let's try and take the fuel canister and see what happens when we tell it to fuel it. Oh, it says we can. Okay. Fantastic. For some reason, I thought I had tried that before, or was looking at doing that before, and it would not take it. Okay. Anyway, so we need to take some more food. Now that we have this parked in here, we're doing okay. So let's power up the communications, because I think that was the only one. That's the one that we were going to before. So we've already got that going pretty good. So let's do that. And let's rover cable still connected. Okay, so let's disconnect and go for it. We're gonna go for it. Disconnect. And let's leave. Okay. Depart from tower. Watch, all of a sudden a sandstorm will say it's coming immediately. That would really suck. Wow, it takes a long time to depart from the tower. Does it even show? No. Okay. Let's see if we can get over to the... Oh, I should have put the canister in there before leaving. That was our problem. Oh, well. Um... Oh, shoot. Okay. Screwed the pooch on that one. I think I had to tell it to send a signal again. Because they move. That's right. Dad, gum, I cannot believe I forgot that. Oh, well. I know that's not going to be the last of my mistakes either. So... Wow, driving to the tower is a whole lot longer than driving away from it. Um, hmm. Let's see what we get. Okay, so let's go ahead and park the rover because I'm more worried that we could run into problems. Um, I'm not worried about charging it, so let's not do that. Let's just let this build up. And there's no way. Oh, I think I have to do it through here. That's why I missed it. I have to force the admin office door, so this hacking probably would be worth it eventually. And I guess I could just go ahead and do it. Okay, sandstorm approaching. We don't care at this point. So let's go ahead and get food and water. All right, now, which one of these is... Yeah, this one is for... Yeah, I need to do the one that's at the station. Um, yeah, because it's got a much quicker cooldown. All right, what do we got now? We're still forcing the admin door. Sandstorm's going, but I don't have to worry about that as much. Oh, damage is 0.15. I'm going to see if that goes down at all. So it's going down at minus 22. Wow. Power down communication. And that will be enough. That'll give us enough. 3 minutes, because the sandstorm won't last 3 minutes. Okay. Let's fill the water. Food. And locate weather station. Oh, is there no... There it is. Trigger comm station broadcast. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. But we're not going to do that yet. We're going to wait for the sandstorm. So let's wait. We're going to do food, water. Let's see if the sandstorm will go away. The nice thing is we don't have to unclog or dig out the rover now because it's being parked. So, okay. There we go. More food. Man, how long is this sandstorm going to last? There it goes. Finally. Okay. So we're going to power up. Yeah, 0.1. So it is going down every single time. Wow. It's going to eventually, I think, go to 0. Power up the communication station, and this is where it's going to say, oh, well, now it's like, yeah, -5. Okay, add fuel canister. Wow, that takes a long time. Yeah, about almost 5 times, a little over 4 times. Or no, right under 4 times. Okay, there we go. Trigger. Ooh, how's that not working? I added the fuel. Is that not last forever? Is that not running? I thought... Is that really not run? I thought for sure I had that working. Remove empty. Remove full. Add fuel. Storage. It's not using any of it. Why? Power down central tower. No. Well, that really stinks. That means I've got like 2 minutes to find this thing. Okay, leave. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I thought that was going to power it. I guess not. Okay, depart from tower. We're going to waste so much time just doing this. Unbelievable. All right. I'm still confused. I thought for sure it talked about the generator just needed fuel. I mean, was it the wrong fuel? Maybe I do have to do these capsules and that goes into a different tank? I don't know. All right. So here we go. Drive to comm station. Unfortunately, oh, yeah, I forgot. It didn't pick up where it was, but it does go faster during that first part. And I'm not going to worry about doing the water right now because I need to use as much time as I can to get there. Let's see what we get. Wow, a minute. Seems like a long time when you're just sitting and waiting. Wish it did do a time dilation, but I don't think it does time. I think I read it does time dilation when it's over 5 minutes. I think. Maybe it's a little bit lower, but I think it was 5 minutes. All right. Are we almost where we were before? Yes. 20 seconds will be where we were before. Hopefully we can find it this time without the sandstorm coming and without it running out of power. That was the biggest problem, is it ran out of power. Oh, I should have shut down the tower. What was I thinking? Okay, I've got to start taking mental notes here. I got to shut down the tower before coming out here so that it uses less power and hopefully has enough. Oh, hopefully I do have enough for this. This is crazy. All right, 10 seconds. Now I'm biting my nails wondering if it's going to be long enough. Is it going to be enough? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes! Okay, much like the central tower, Stravo's communication station is visible a considerable distance thanks to its height. In this case, though, the main part of the structure is relatively short at just 2 stories high, but the tower on top reaches much further, lifting the sensitive communications equipment high above the desert dunes and perhaps even the sandstorms. With no vehicle airlock, you'll have to leave the rover outside, but there are a pair of tall stalls which seem designed to protect rovers from the elements without blocking the sun from reaching their roofs. You quickly park in one of them and ready yourself for the short journey to the airlock. Okay. Let's fill a water bottle. Fill a water bottle. Fill a water bottle. Fill a water bottle. Now leave. Okay, enter the comm station. Sweet. Okay, let's inspect the terminal. The only problem is if we run out of power that's being sent here, because this does drain power. Yeah, I needed to have shut off the central tower. Dadgum. Can't believe I did that. Okay, so here we go. As predicted, the terminal has access to every signal sent and received since it first came online, not just transmissions between facilities, but every second of the every present static caused by background radiation. Every random burst of energy. Most of the actual messages are unfortunately encrypted though, so aren't worth trying to blindly search through. What you do find are lists of all the frequencies and protocols used by Strabo, which could have some useful info. There's also a maintenance log, which could tell you something about who worked here. Yeah, I'm not sure I care about that. Okay, with the communication network's access codes, you'll be able to connect to the network from anywhere in the desert. Huh, that could be useful. Now that you found the comm station, you don't need to waste its power constantly broadcasting a signal anymore. I'm not sure that really helps much. Hmm. Reading maintenance logs, at least that persists. So let's disable and let's read the maintenance logs. Let's see what we get. Let's see if this talks about, hopefully not just who worked here. Hopefully it has some good information or something. All right, here we go. Most of the entries are written by one Daryl Morgan, and most of those express exasperation towards someone called Jag. It seems they kept coming up with upgrades and improvements to systems and protocols all across Strabo. Daryl agrees they're all good and improve things in the long run, but laments how many of them require him to do more work setting them up. What in particular piques your interest? Jag installed short-range locator beacons in every vehicle registered to Strabo, each activated by a different code. Daryl then had to add all these codes to the network. Perhaps if you transmit all of them, you'll be able to find any vehicles in range. It seems that Daryl was also incredibly forgetful. He left a note in one of the logs reminding him of his own password in case he ever got locked out of his quarters. Again, you could take a look next time you're in the tower. Oh, all right. Well, let's broadcast the codes because that's like a one-time thing. And as soon as this sandstorm hits, we're going to be out of power. For sure, I can guarantee you. Now, there is the possibility that generator only kicks in when the power was getting low. You quickly set up a broadcast of all the codes in the list. After several seconds, you're excited to see a response being picked up. Unfortunately, it's too weak to pinpoint the exact locations from this distance. Only a general direction. Even so, if you get a copy of the full list, you can transmit them from your rover as you drive towards it. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at... I mean, we got the storm approaching and everything, so let's just go ahead and do these things because we don't have anything else to do. I think we're going to run out of food or something, though, here pretty soon. And we can't go out during the sandstorm, so... All right, got that. Okay, you quickly copy the codes for Strabo's communication network to your PDA. With these... Oh, then I only had to do it once, I guess. Okay, as far as that wasn't listed as persistent. With these, your rover will be able to connect to the network from anywhere within the desert. What can you actually do with that access will depend on what other codes you can get your hands on. Okay, so let's download the locator codes, or locator code. And while that's going, let's look in here on the notes. It's probably a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, someone's password. That could help us with the other once we get back. Strabo artifact. Okay, just talking about stuff we already knew. I think this is going to say we need to check. Yep, we need to check his quarters back at the central tower if we ever get back there. Okay. Transfer a copy of the codes to activate the vehicle locator beacons to your PDA. It won't have the range, of this comm station, but it'll be much longer range, not to mention more reliable than searching by sight alone. Okay, so now we're going to have to wait out the sandstorm. All right, so let's wait for this sandstorm. And then we'll see if we can get out there and have any time before we die. What I might do is just go immediately back to the comm station so we can at least get some resources. Okay, I'm not worried about the water right now. Wow. Are the sandstorms going to get longer and longer? I wonder? Because it almost seems like they are. That could be just misconception, but okay, let's see if we can even get back in time. Return to rover. Okay, depart from comm station. Wow, 38 seconds just to do that. Oh no, we're dead. We are so dead. So we'll have to come all the way back out here for sure. What do we got? Yep, 30 something seconds. We're going to have like 20 seconds after we depart from the comm station. We're not even approaching the tower. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Maybe there's a persistent thing that we can do after this. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, there we go. So drive towards vehicle. That'd be a minute. That ain't going to happen. Drive to central tower. That's 40 something seconds. That ain't going to happen either. But at least we can use up some of the time. And then we're going to die. And then what I'll do is I'll time lapse it until we get back down here. We did get some good stuff done. Hopefully it'll let us look at that person's personal locker room or quarters or whatever when we get back over here and not have to go back. All right. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right. So we're back over here. We're in the tower. I've got it powering. There was one new thing here. Send power data to rover. Thanks to Strabo's comm codes, you can have the current data from the tower's power system sent directly to your rover whenever you're in the desert. So I guess we would see this, the power settings, which is fine. Could come in handy. So we're gaining. Let's go ahead and find Daryl's quarters. That's only like 20 seconds. Well, we need another water bottle. There we go. It's really fast now that it has power. Okay. What are we? Yeah, we'll get more water bottles in a minute. Okay. All right. So Daryl's quarters are one of the farthest from the stairs, making you glad of the tower's narrow width. You quickly tap in his code, granting you access to a cluttered, cramped room. Several of the built-in cupboards are open, with half of their contents strewn around the room. If it weren't for the semi-separate piles of clean versus not clean clothes, you might think someone had ransacked the place. The only item of interest that you can see, without digging through the chaos, is a small video log recorder set up on the desk. It's clearly much lower quality than the regular ones used by most personnel, though it is likely his own personal one. Perhaps he'd be a bit more candid in logs recorded here than he was in the official ones. Okay, so let's go ahead and get, since we're safe right now, we're going to go ahead and get food. Oh, I guess we need air too. There we go. All right, so let's look down here and inspect his logs for 20 seconds. Take inspect logs for 20 seconds. All right. We don't need to modify rover for motors. All right, your heart sinks when you realize there are thousands of logs on his personal recorder, and they're definitely not the official kind. A significant portion of them seem to show him at least slightly intoxicated, and he's usually ranting about nonsense. For example, he once found an old rock formation, which he was convinced was actually a camouflaged alien ship, but no one else would take him seriously. You're about to give up on learning anything useful when you notice a file named Never Drink with Jag. Apparently, he finally convinced Jag to have a few drinks with him one evening and learned that Jag is very much a lightweight. After just one drink, Jag began rambling about all manner of topics, including the method by which he generates new passwords for his workstations every time he uses it based on the date. Daryl's recording explains it in significant detail so you can work out the last time Jag used his computer. You can calculate his password. Oh, very interesting. Okay. So, we're fairly safe, except this is going to keep going down from the sandstorms dramatically. So, maybe what we need to do is we take the fuel canister. We're going to put the canister in. All right. There we go. Now, what should we do next? We could power up one of these. If I power up the hangar, can I send stuff to it yet? Or is that still not possible? No. I don't see anything talking about it. Huh. Okay. Let's just power it down then. The next one we can power up is the weather station. And we might as well send the power data to the rover, just so we have it. Okay. With the data forwarding set up, your rover should be able to receive the status of the tower's power systems from anywhere in the desert, letting you keep an eye on things while exploring. Okay, very good. Well, I guess we can just go out. Or should we wait for the next sandstorm? I kind of don't want to wait because it's going to make this even worse. So, before we go out, I can't power down the central tower because then I wouldn't receive the communications. Okay, well, we're just going to leave it like this, I guess, and see if we can... powering up the weather station didn't seem to do much either. What did it say in the notes for tasks? Yeah, I knew about that. Enhanced motor, maintenance drone. No, I'm not seeing much on that. Map, I did notice it does put a comm station there now. Okay, so let's try powering this down. I want to try and power up the hangar to see if it's viable. Because that would be an interesting one to get to, I think. Okay, and then if we disconnect, get another water, and then say leave, depart, what is it going to tell us? So it shows the tower resources. We see the power over there. That's handy. But what's this going to tell us when we do this? I don't even know if it's going to... The funny thing is, if I leave, then going back takes like twice the amount of time. Which is insanity, unless it's just downhill and uphill. Okay. Trigger comm station broadcast. That's all I can do. Well, no. I mean, we could drive towards the... let's go for it. Let us go for it. Now, at least let us do something new in this episode. Well, I mean, we did several new things, I guess. Okay. We're going to be low on water, so we're going to take another water. Let's go ahead and get over there, hopefully before a sandstorm starts. We already know it would be 30-something seconds. Yeah, there we go. Of course it's doing it. Unpause. Doesn't matter. We're just going for it. Of course, you know what's going to happen. This is going to stop, and then it's going to say, oh, by the way, you can't see anything now, so it's not going to do any good. You got to wait for the sandstorm to finish. But I'll see if it does that. Probably will. No, it didn't. So we can still search for the signal. Okay, let's go for it. Getting tired of just sitting around and waiting. Getting too impatient. Okay, you followed the heading of the locator signal. You detected the comm station until you covered the minimum distance it would have traveled to be that week, just in case you occasionally sent out the activation but get no response. Time to work on another search grid. Oh, at least this time you won't have to rely entirely on what you see before you're looking. Search for signal takes a minute 20. We're going for it. I'm tired of it. And the thing is, it's not that big of a deal because we were able to recharge, so we don't even need the solar anymore. So I'm not going to worry about it. Tired of waiting around and sheltering every 2 minutes. Now this is going to run out of power. I wonder if the generator will actually kick in like it mentioned it was designed to do once this gets really low. We'll find out. Okay, so we need some more water. One more water and we're good now for until we find food. Funny thing is there's not even an option for going back to the tower right now. Okay, we've used up one power cell. I wish it did tell you how long the sandstorm was going to be there, though. All right, sandstorm's gone. Sweet. Now we got time. 15 seconds. Can we find it now? That'll be the big question. Oh, please find it. Okay, here we go. Aha! Found the hangar. Finally, you detect the vehicle's locator beacon activated by your signal. Just a few rolling dunes later, you're looking down on the source, but it's definitely not just a vehicle. The wide, flat building has the large vehicle bay doors you're used to, and what looks like a retractable section of the roof at one end. It seems that you found Strabel's wayward hangar. Okay, good. Approach the hangar because we need food. Well, that's going. Let's see what we've got. Notes, facilities, going down in here. Yep, just need to explore it. Got it. And we will do that. Does this show where it is yet? No. Okay. There we go. With the featureless desert surrounding it, it's easy to misjudge the size of the hangar from a distance. That illusion quickly fades as you draw closer. The immense 5-story building towering over your rover. Clearly, they house more than just standard rovers and VTOL aircraft here. Okay. What we got? Depart from hangar. We don't need the water bottle right now. Let's leave the rover. Enter the hangar. Maybe I didn't leave power coming to it. Oh, that's going to take a minute. That's okay. As expected, inside the hangar is largely cavernous, empty space split into parking bays by floor markings and occasional temporary walls. Frustratingly, it seems there's no air in the building. Perhaps they don't bother filling such a large space with when there's no one here. You'll need to rely on air tanks, at least for now. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Let's explore. It's persistent, not counting the thin divider walls dotted around, splitting into such areas. This is easily the largest single room you've seen. Okay. Let's hope we find something, especially food. Water and air we can go back for. Aha! You decide your first step is to follow the signs to the workshop, and you find yourself faced with 3 doors rather than the expected one. Aside from the expected workshop, they're labeled control room and research, though it seems those 2 are also locked. Okay, well, we're still exploring. Fortunately, it's a one-time thing. I think we may have to explore the workshop just to hopefully maybe find some food and maybe water. Find out. 4 seconds. All right. Ooh. Despite hoping to find at least one of the many aircraft for which there are spaces, after scouring every corner of the vehicle bay, you're not too surprised to find only a handful of rovers, and all of them are in varying states of disassembly. One of them definitely catches your eye, though. Not a rover like yours, but a long range expedition rover, built to be a home away from home for months at a time if needed, even with some components obviously missing, not least of which being several wheels. There could be a lot of useful ones still inside. Oh, interesting. Um, let's do the. Let's do the workshop and hope that there's some kind of food and stuff. Usually in a workshop or whatever, we have found at least something, if I'm not mistaken. So let's hope we can do that. Find out here in about 17 seconds. Well, we can go look on here. Oh, it's probably going to tell us the same info again. Yep. Customized lock is the Central Towers admin office was. Is it possible they even share the same code? Ah, so if I hack that one, then I probably could get into this one quickly. Uh-huh. They set up a makeshift loft in the hangar to study the artifact, like the control room has the same lock as the admin. So we definitely need to hack that. Does it show the hangar? Yes, it does show hangar now. Okay, cool. Now I wonder why this one's lit up. Anyway, okay. Other than its size matching the considerably larger bay it's a part of, most of the workshop is pretty similar to the other ones you've seen. Um, a semi-organized medley of tools, components, and partially repaired devices. The exception is a trio of workbenches in one corner, where every item is perfectly placed in a line, many of them labeled with labeled hooks, holders, or trays. A workstation sits on one of these pristine benches. Amongst the relative chaos that fills the rest of the room, you find a large fuel canister. Well, big deal. I need food. I'm like dying here. All right, fine. Let's inspect the expedition rover. Now, it would be really cool if we could replace our rover with one that just has tons of supplies and maybe even its own power source, like a mini fusion reactor or something like that that could power it. That would be really nice, but I don't see that happening. Okay. Here we go. The expedition rover was. Oh, I can synthesize food. Uh, okay, so I'm going to have to connect the expedition rover to the charger in order to get food. Maybe. Okay, Expedition Rover was easily twice the size of your regular one. It definitely won't be moving anytime soon. On top of its missing wheels and motors, the compact generator has been stripped for parts, along with most of the power storage and the water recycler. In fact, the only system which seems untouched is the food synthesizer, which is sadly much too large to fit in any normal rover, presumably because it's more efficient than they'd normally have. You should be able to use it here, though, if you can provide a bit of power to the rover. All right, fine. Connect. Let's see if we can get food quick enough. Okay, as you connect the Expedition rover's charging cable, you note with satisfaction that, unlike the one of your own rover, it's running at its maximum capacity. These larger rovers with larger power capacity needed to charge a lot faster. Okay, but I don't know what that is, but let's synthesize food. There we go. Okay, so we have food, although it's not going down. Might need to leave and go get water and then come back. Let's do that. Oh, I can't drive this into the hangar, which is. Oh, no, there it is. Park, rover, and hangar. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, now I can fill up with water. And I can do the food. Okay, sweet. Okay. Now we've got time for some of this. So, we could uninstall the water recycler and install it here if we needed to, but I don't think that's really worth doing. Let's go ahead and get another food. We definitely got to get caught up on the food. And the water bottle, let's do that. Okay, we're doing pretty good. So let's inspect Let's inspect the workstation. And I can't see the tower's power because we're not in our rover. Okay? The workstation is not only locked, but it's secured in a way you immediately recognize. Whoever did this is the same person who encrypted the messages you found at Santorini regarding enhanced motors. This will be a difficult one to hack. And somehow you suspect that someone so security conscious won't have left clues to their password lying around. Given how long this will take, though, it might be worth looking anyway. 10 minutes. Oh, wow. Do you think we'll have enough power to do that? Is that worth doing? I mean, these are only. This is 5 seconds. Let's just look. I bet it'll say it's the same thing. Same password. Yep. Now I could hack the control room door here. That'd be 4 minutes. Or we could force it open in 54 seconds. But you know what? Let's hack the workstation. Let's go for it. I mean, it keeps it from time to time. So what we'll do is we'll just keep filling up with food and water. We should be able to stay ahead of the curve, I hope. Oh, we're going through personal air tanks, though. Very quickly. May not be able to do it, but we're going to give it a shot. Water bottle, air, food, water. Let's see if we can stay in the net positive here. Air, food, water. All right. We can do air. I think we're gaining on the air, possibly. Hopefully the water keeps going better. Synthesize food. Okay, we're still hacking away. 8 minutes, though. Wow, wow, wow. It's not going to do the dilation the first time, I guess. Okay. Air, air, food, food. Okay. I thought it did say it was going to do dilation. Dilated remaining 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So I guess it is doing a little bit. Okay. Water, food. Oh, that's air. Food. Oh, I can. Yep, we're gaining on the air, so that's good. Okay, I think we can stay ahead of the game to get this done. Sandstorm approaching, yada, yada, yada. I think we're good. I think we're going to be able to do this. Man, this is probably the longest that I've had to go, and yet we can still make it because we have our supplies. I just got to stay on top of it. Okay. Still hacking. Okay, air tank. Fill water. Food. Didn't get the food there. There we go. Air tank. Can't get the water yet. Air tank. Water. Food. Wow, we're only halfway done. Holy moly. Okay, food. Air tank. Water. I mean, theoretically, I could wait on the water until it builds up. I mean, till it gets down to like closer to 1, as long as this doesn't get up to 5, which it's not going to cost me anything, so it'll just save me a little bit of headache here. We'll do that. As long as I do it before this gets down to 0, so I'm not wasting time, really. Well, I guess it pauses anyway, no matter what. So, all right, let's go ahead and do. There we go. Get another water bottle. It'll start recharging from Stravo's main power grid. This action cannot be performed because the facility has no power for the rover charger. Oh, okay. That's fine. Might be in the control room or something like that, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Oh, we finished. Did we? Oh, no, we ran out of power. That's the problem. We ran out of power. Okay, well, let's inspect the rovers now. I guess it ran out of power. Probably because it ran out of fuel. Or maybe it only had a certain amount of power. Oh, we disabled it from the central tower. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, mm, I guess I shouldn't have been charging it. Oh, well, it is what it is. Let's just disconnect. Okay. While the rover initially looked identical to your own, the equipment is quite different from what you're used to. The feeds from each water recycler in each seems to have been redirected to a liquid cooling system built into the rover's hull. Likewise, the food synthesizer has been significantly altered, though you can't even begin to understand what the changes actually do. Unfortunately, you can't actually test them because every one of the power systems have been completely gutted. The only useful part remaining are some high-quality solar panels, which would be an upgrade even if yours weren't so damaged. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of nice, I guess. We could swap the stuff, provide more power than your current ones. Okay. Well, since we're here, let's go ahead and inspect the lab door too. And what have we got? Okay, the lock on the research door is one of the most sophisticated you've seen, not counting the biometric lock on the uranium door. You could try to hack the password, but in this case, it'd be a lot simpler if there was some way you could figure out what it is. The door itself is a blast door, so physically forcing it open is a non-starter. Okay, well, that's like 4 minutes. All right, so anyway, that's 4 minutes as well. Let me think. Well, we need food, air tank, and water. So let's go back. We can take the fuel canister so we can power the strobo control tower maybe more. Okay, so let's oh, sandstorm approaching. Well, for some reason we're still getting food and water. I would have thought this would have gone out because it says it drains 2 power per second. Oh, but I rover unavailable. Huh. I thought I disconnected the rover. Interesting, but I'm still getting food. I'm not going to complain. We'll let it go then for now. Okay, so let's go. Let this sandstorm go. Do that, do that. And you know what? Let's go ahead and swap the solar panels while we're having to wait. And then I think we're going to call this episode soon. It's getting kind of late in the episode here. So let's swap out these solar panels and then we're going to call it. Sandstorm's going. PDA. What we got in here? Is this the same info? Probably. I'll have some basic food. Okay, as expected, the hangar contains substantial workshop, encrypted the same way. Yep. Okay. Well, it's like pretty much the same. Okay, so we finished that. Good. All right. So we're going to call this episode. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and leave the comments. Keep the comments coming in. All right, gamers. I will see you in the next video. Bubba out.